All right, so I got a new package in. Decided to go a couple different routes with the S14 with the 2JZ, so I want to make some upgrades for it. So got a new turbo manifold, of course, but it's running dual gates on the one that I have now, because when I bought it, it was like that. Came with twin tiles on there, so we are going to be running a Turbo Smart, just one single. I believe this is a 42, no, sorry, 40, yeah, 45 hypergate. Just one single one. I think I ran 2 of these on my G35, so cool. Got those. They're all V-band. Cool thing was the one who oh Jesus, lost my train of thought. The guy who made the turbo manifold, he included these cool little studs and bolts for the flange itself on the turbo manifold. So let's pull this out. First time seeing this. This guy is like based out of Canada, I guess. So gotta try this one hand. It's a bit heavy. So it looks pretty good. I'll be running in a 3582R turbo on this GT 3582R. It's not gonna be like a Garrett or anything. I'm gonna see how it runs off of just like an eBay turbo. I just want to see how that works and then kind of go from there. So hopefully it has better spool time and whatnot, as opposed to the one I have on there. I think mine I have that came on the car was a like a whole set turbo, like off like a 5.9 Cummins, because I looked at the part numbers and they kind of match there. So I'll probably have that set up for sale here soon. So once I get this on there, get this put on, get everything taken care of. There's some wiring issues I have to go over and get squared away, but this is the upgrade I have for the 240 drift car right now. So hopefully everything gets squared away. Try to get like a full exhaust on that thing so we get that 2JZ screaming while I'm banging off the limiter. So yep, get this all installed. Probably have an install video fairly soon, probably following this update. So that's what I got. All right, so I got my next package in. Just came in today for the drift car. Let's try to do this with one hand. Oh, there we go. So we have to finish some wiring on the drift car too. Just finish a couple things, and then once we get this installed with the other goodies, let's go. Oh, there we go. So it's a T4 turbo, divided, of course. This one. Come on. So this is the size of it. It's a 3582. It's a GT 3582. So it'll pair nicely with that 2JZ, and try to keep her spooling as fast as possible and quick response. So this is a eBay Chinese turbo, so it's relatively inexpensive, but I kind of want to see how it matches up with this setup. And you know, if we do like it, though, we can move on to a Garrett or something along those lines. But I kind of just want to see how this would pair up. So we'll get this installed. Install video will probably be following this, so stay tuned. All right, so finally got the exhaust manifold off. That was a little bit of a pain in the ass to do, honestly, trying to get every bolt on the bottom. Got every bolt on the top with just a socket and wrench, but on the bottom I literally had to use just a a 14 wrench the whole time using these open-ended on the wrench, so that sucked. It literally takes forever. I don't know, honestly, a better way to do it, especially with the tools I have. So, I mean, that's where we are right now. See if I can get some of this cleaned up. Kind of go from there. Try to clean out the bay a little bit because, I mean, it's kind of filthy. So, one problem we ran into is the drain on the turbo. That square gasket is ripped. This thing always kind of had a small leak, very, very minimal leak down the bottom, but now I figure out why. So I don't know, might just silicone it or just wait till another one comes in. I'm not sure, so we'll see how that goes. It's pretty easy to take off anyway, so I'll probably just put it back on the way it is, just to see what the turbo and the exhaust manifold sound like fired up. But afterwards I'll just wait till that gasket comes in and get that taken care of. But in the meantime, I gotta kind of clean this area up as best I can. Maybe I'll just wait till I get everything bolted up and then kind of pressure wash maybe certain areas of the engine bay. So we'll go from there. All right, so I got her mocked in right now. Came with new hardware for the turbo side on the manifold. Included some nice little hardware there, make the engine bay look decent. Too bad you only see like those two bolts right there. But one problem we're gonna have, which I already expected, is the inlet for the turbo. So that's like a 2.5. This is like a 3. So I'm getting a 2.5 90-degree angle extended coupler for this one here. So I knew that was gonna happen, but I kind of just want to see what it mocked up. Hopefully get everything buttoned up. I don't know if I want to install the turbo, because the difference is like these little nuts right here. So that's the only bad part, you know, putting the turbo back together with those on there, because it's been extremely difficult because I don't have what do you call it? All I have is the wrenches like that. That's the only way to get them on that specifically. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, so I got the turbo mocked up. Kind of how we're gonna do this. Vacuum lines are kind of on rigged. Got the wastegate put on down there. We're just going to single wastegates on a 15-pound spring. I was certain I probably don't have the vacuum line set up correctly, but I just want to fire this thing up and see kind of how she sounds. We did run into a problem here. This is a 3-inch V-bend on the end of the turbo. On that one there, it's kind of slightly bigger. This is the clamp we're going to end up using, but it came with that big one right there. And probably try to get another down pipe fabricated somehow, some way, and go from there. Got the oil feed in there, oil drain. It's kind of bound up right there. You can kind of see it. But hopefully we try to shorten that length and get this to work. I kind of just want to see what it sounds like on startup. I was trying to clock the turbo a little bit. That's kind of how I'll maybe have it, to where the coupler is a 90-degree coupler, and then from a 2.5 to a 3 right here, to get that connected. If that's gonna have an issue with the clearance right here against the tub, then I'll probably just end up cutting the tub out. You know, I always wanted to do that. I mean, I got the car like this, so I'll probably get that cut out if that's gonna be a problem with the new coupler coming in. I did order new exhaust manifold studs and bolts, because these are old. I just bolted the top row here, not the bottom, because I'm gonna be taking it off anyways when the new ones come in. I just got the 2 bolts for the manifold to the turbo there, just 2 of them, just on startup. A little bit of a pain, but especially getting the oil drain to kind of mock up, but we'll get that shortened and corrected, especially with the new gasket too. And got a casualty here on my pinky. with the turbo gasket. That thing is sharp. Started bleeding like heck, but yeah, let's. I'm just gonna turn her over with no fuel. Just get some oil running through the turbo, yeah. Once I get a couple cycles of the oil running through, then I'll get her fired up. See what she sounds like. So I got some new exhaust studs from Powerhouse Racing. So I can get these put on. Just want to put new studs on there, new bolts, new hardware, just so it makes taking the manifold off a little bit easier and not breaking a stud. Most of the studs that were on there are the OEM ones, and they're all rusted. And best way to get this off is a 7 millimeter socket. It goes on the end of that. It's perfectly fine. But on the bottom portion of the exhaust studs, they don't have that, so they're just pretty much like that. So I took 2 of the bolts, one facing inward, one facing outward. They're 14 millimeter. Get it tight, and granted, you're gonna have to keep doing this, but that's essentially what I'm doing here to get the last couple of them out. So get that taken care of, put the new hardware in there, and we should be Gucci.